So the Shamar Stewart situation in Cincinnati, I don't know if you guys have been following it. It's a really complex and odd situation and something that we've never quite
Caught
seen
a little
before.
bit of it. This is the guy who got drafted, right?
Yep, got drafted first round.
And they can't agree on a contract because the bungholes of the Bengals wanted to put something different in the contract. Right?
Yep.
What was that?
So the Bengals, they threw a curveball, and it's if you get in trouble, the Bengals can void your guaranteed money.
Okay, so no. If you get in trouble,
the Bengals can void your
like
guaranteed
if you get
money.
arrested for DUI or beating up your wife. Is that the kind of trouble we're talking about?
Yes. But they haven't done this for anyone else in years, like in quite a while. And the Bengals are stingy negotiators. Like we've seen it with Trey Hendrickson. We've seen it with Jamar Chase. And for whatever reason, Shamar Stewart seems to really disagree with him having. And you know what? I can understand it. I can understand why, because guaranteed money is guaranteed money. You need at least, sometimes, some players may say you need at least a base of your contract so you're going to get this money no matter what happens. Now, if I agree with it or disagree with it, it doesn't matter because both sides are not budging. Like both sides do not seem to be budging at all. So I want to give y'all some context on Shamar Stewart. Those that follow college football recruiting intensely, Shamar Stewart was the number one prospect coming out of high school. He was committed, he was pretty much a shoo-in for LSU. He's from that area. He goes on LSU's recruiting visit. LSU misspells his name on accident, and he leaves the visit and says, "You're off my list," after them being the number one, holds the grudge, and doesn't go there, ends up going to A&M, obviously ends up becoming a first-round pick. So this guy, you could say he knows how to hold a grudge. Okay. So
Fair
this
enough.
thing that's going on with the Bengals, as we've seen with Chase and Hendrickson and even Burrow for a little bit, they don't seem to budge on these contract negotiations. So here's the interesting part. What can Shamar Stewart do? He can either demand a trade and say, "I'm not playing for you guys, so you're going to trade me or else." Or he can not play, not sign the rookie contract, and re-enter his name into the 2026 NFL draft. This hasn't really happened before.
It's allowed, but you're saying
right.
It's not. Is it never happened?
Because
or you say it hasn't really happened, but has it really ever happened?
No, nothing like that is. I mean, maybe there's something, but nothing's coming to my mind. Maybe the fourth dimension could think of something, but he could have literally. Here's the thing. Here's the really interesting plot twist here with the Shamar Stewart situation. He is currently working out at Texas A&M with his teammates. He has been, according to pretty credible sources, involved in every single Texas A&M workout, like with the team. It's common for people to work at their colleges in the offseason, but he has been involved in team workouts, like very involved as a player. And one reporter, I think for 247, which is a very credible news source in college sports, caught wind of it, saw it, and reported it. So who knows? Here's the interesting part. Is he going to fight the NCAA, who, yes, you technically can't come back to college after you go to the NFL draft by rule, but the NCAA is so under litigation right now, losing lawsuits left and right. Is he going to fight the NCAA and try to come back a year for college if he puts his name in the 2026 NFL draft?
Does he have time for this?
I think he might. I think he might have time for it. And this is just it's a crazy situation. Why
are the Bengals picking now for this fight?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess they refuse to find common ground here. Both sides just don't seem to be budging because we've seen holdouts, right, from players under contract. Shamar Stewart is still technically not under contract. That's what makes this thing so interesting. And Cincinnati has a lot to lose here.
Does he have a history of getting in trouble? Is that why they're putting this into that contract?
Not that I know of.
So if he doesn't have a history of getting in trouble, what's the problem? Sign the contract.
So somebody's
mean,
always going to be first when you decide, hey, going forward, guys, what do you say we start putting this in the contract? Oh, that sounds like a good idea. So he's the first guy who has had it, and he's like, wait a damn minute. So, I mean, every new rule, every new condition was a first somewhere. So this just happens to be his first. I think what you really need to think about is, what's the objection to if you get into trouble, then you lose some of your guaranteed money? I actually support that for a team. I mean, pulling the rug out from underneath a highly coveted draft picks, feat, that's maybe not bright, but in principle, doesn't sound like the worst thing to me.
It's not just arrest too. Like if you get suspended for a few games, if you say like criticize a ref or something and you get suspended a couple games.
Oh, I see. So
you lose money. So this is right. This is where
NFLPA should be all over this.
The NFL, they probably will,
except for he's not signed, so he's not protected by them.
Nope. So that's the thing. Isn't this situation is going to get extremely interesting because he's not protected by the NFLPA because he hasn't signed the contract. You make a great point. And the Bengals used a first-round pick on him. So do they just want to see him walk out the door? Because if he decides, I'm going to go into the 2026 NFL draft, F you guys, pretty much, he's still probably going to be a first-round pick. And the Bengals would just have used their draft capital
for
nothing.
Didn't they trade up? Did they do any trading?
They did, I believe, trade up. I think I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But
this is the dumbest thing I can think of them doing, unless they were like, "Ooh, actually, we don't want this guy."
But look what's going on with them and Trey Hendrickson too. Like Trey Hendrickson, who was like the NFL, he was a first-team All-Pro, near NFL leader in sacks, is under negotiations right now. So they drafted him because they probably drafted him just in case he couldn't get on the field. So this thing, this could be nuts in terms of changing the future of college sports. What if he finds a way to come back? I mean, there's a lot of ways this could go here.
Well, this is going to be the thing that guides everybody else going forward. The precedents will be set here.
Yep.